A massive game at Carshalton Avenue today as the battle for the Isthmian Premier promotion places hots up. 5th place Carshalton Athletic entertains 6th place Horsham with only 2 points separating the two clubs. Carshalton left it very late last time out as Ricky Corboa's added time tap-in rescued a 1-1 draw down at Margate. The Robins have now won 3 and drawn 1 of their last 5 but have played more games than their playoff rivals, so victory today must be paramount. Boss Peter Adenyi has made only 1 change from that side that drew on the Kent coast. Goalkeeper Cleton Perntreyu has recovered from illness to come back in between the sticks. Visitors Horsham have been enjoying life in the Isthmian Premier since promotion last year. They sat top of the pile for a lot of the early running and are currently still a major player in the playoff mix. Manager Dom Di Paola makes 3 changes from the side that won 1-0 in the Velocity Cup on Tuesday night. Harry Mills, Addis Clark and 17-goal Chris Smith all return. These two played out an entertaining 2-2 draw in the reverse fixture back in October. Omar Karoma from the penalty spot and defender Bobby Price on target for the Robins that night, but what will happen this afternoon? For Robins TV, I'm James Barrett-Sterling and stick with us to find out. It will be visitors Horsham in their all green strip to get the game off and underway. Carshalton in their traditional red and white. It's 5th against 6th and let's hope for lots of goals and plenty of action. 2-goal Luke Reed, dinks one over halfway for Lewis White to latch onto. He's got in behind the Horsham defence, pulls it across, here's Patterson! And Carshalton have taken the lead in under 2 minutes! Carshalton Avenue erupts. Any latecomers, do not adjust your set. Carshalton Athletic 1, Horsham 0. It was a decent ball over the top from Reed in the first instance. Lewis White was under no real pressure and he just pulled the ball back. He had plenty of options. And Christy Patterson took a touch and just side-footed it home from about 6 yards. It's his 14th goal of the season. And Carshalton are in the driving seat. Karoma's been left in a heap, but Corboa tussling for it. Referee's ball play back. Tony Miller enters the arena. Hopefully the striker will be okay. Didn't see anything in it. Karoma's still down. Maybe there was a bit more to it than I thought. Certainly wasn't a foul in there really, but perhaps he landed heavily. We've got both physios on the pitch now. Kashani Samuels, don't know if he's got a BTEC physio diploma maybe. Alberto Curtis also out there now. This might be quite bad. Stewart has brought a stretcher out. This does not look very positive at all for Omar Karoma. Wasn't really a malicious challenge on here on the striker. Maybe just fell awkwardly or took a knock in the process. Karoma will exit the pitch on the stretcher. Nice generous round of applause. Will obviously be small consolation to the striker at this moment in time, but both sets of fans involved, which is good to see. A couple of spectators have alluded to the fact the striker might have knocked himself out as he tumbled to the floor going up for a header. We will try and find out the full story for you, but in the first instance we wish him all the best and hope it's nothing too serious. Striker Harry Ottaway down there as well, helping to lift him off the pitch. And Arnold Haxiu has come on in his place. So an early substitution for the Robins. Price just about nicks in there and wins it, and one over the top for Patterson. He's got a little bit of space. Haxiu bursting forward, goes deeper for Corboa, header, and he's offside. He hit the crossbar in any case, but the linesman's flag did go up. It was a nice flowing move by the Robins. Kundal gets it over the top of Cheadle and gets it back, but Luke Reed read that really well, and now he's coming forward and put one over the top. Corboa's onside here. Can he keep it in play? He can't. Ball just caught the wind, and that goes to show how strong it is this afternoon. Corboa normally would have been clean through there. But here come the Hornets. Harding finds Kelly. Shifts it out wide for Clark, who delivers it left-footed. It's a good knock. Reed couldn't get on the end of it, and there's Harding, and he's put it wide. Horsham's first real opportunity of the afternoon. Falls to their number 11. He wasn't quite set, it was a rather snapshot, but it was a good cross by Clark in the first instance. It went over the top of Reed's head. Now here's Corboa. Gets it onto his right foot. Patterson, the goal scorer, he's got Price. Lung bursting running, he squeezes in the goal cross, and Carshalton double their lead. The flag stays down, and it's Arnold Haxiou. Fantastic, incisive attack by Carshalton, and they double their lead. Bobby Price with an absolute lung-bursting run down the right. Patterson played him in with a nicely weighted pass, and he just whizzed it across. Haxiou completely unmarked from about 6 yards. And it was a rather comfortable finish in the end. The circumstance of his appearance this afternoon might not be the best, but you've got to take your chances in football. Arnold Haxiou's been in and out of the team recently, but he came off the bench last week to set up the equaliser, and today he's got himself on the score sheet. Good to see him out there. Miles, first time, and Samuels has snapped in. Just couldn't quite win possession. Haxiou, brave from Miles. Hamilton Downs. Corboa's not offside. He's through one-on-one, and he's taken it early, and he's put it wide. A big chance for Ricky Corboa to extend Carshalton's lead. That almost seemed a bit too casual. Time seemed to almost stop for a second. He was definitely onside according to the linesman. And he put it wide of the right hand upright. Here's Price again. And that's clipped the heel of Hamilton Downs, and Horsham could come forward. Chris Smith, he's got Harding to his right. He finds him. Cundall pointed to where he wanted it. The midfielder's held on to it. Mills making a break on the overlap. He's got 3 to aim for. He's pulled it back to Harding. It's important touch by Haxiou there. Lewis White has won a free kick. Dawson pleading his innocence again. Clark goes some to keep it in play, and he's found Smith as well. Boy, he was a bit wild there. Luckily he didn't catch Samuels, who's gone to ask the question. Miles had to put it out of play. Again, Kashani Samuels just having a word with the referee. Wasn't too happy about the lunge from Chris Smith. His chest control just ran away from the striker, and he was on the stretch trying to get it back. We're back off and underway here at Colston Avenue, and the visitors Horsham have made a change. Number 15, Charlie Harris, the man that scored the free kick in the FA Cup encounter between these two sides here last season, has entered the fray in place of number 10, Greg Cundall. Miles curls it in towards the penalty spot. He's got a little flick, and Pertry who had to deal with it. And Luke Reed was there to sweep up the pieces. Could call that Horsham's first best chance, certainly on target of the game. Pertry who was going away from the ball, he stuck out a big right hand, but it will be a corner kick to the visitors. Samuels gets it into the path of Corboa, and he's gone down. And now, well, Miles has gone straight up to the referee and put his hands on him. Referee reached for the yellow card straight away. And the Horsham skipper wants to be careful here. It's going to be a first caution of the afternoon, but it was the reaction that got the crowd interested. Harding's come onto it, it should be. Is it a goal? Great block. Danny Dudley was in there as well. Horsham coming so close to reducing the arrears. The ball managed to find its way to Alex Clark, who for my money has been the best Hornet out there so far this afternoon. And it goes, and Pertreau's only half dealt with it. Referee spotted an infringement in there somewhere. And the danger disappears for Carshalton for now. Horsham have come out in the second half looking like a different team. Haxiou can't get on the end of it. He does now. Needs a bit of support. He's lost out. Dawson manages to squeeze in across, only half-headed away by Reed, and Pertreau's been bundled to the floor. And Horsham have scored, have they? Referee's given the foul against the goalkeeper. The fans behind the goal can't believe it. Referee wants to have a word with someone. Pertreau did come for it. Was there a little push in there? Referee wants to have a word with Lee Harding, and Harris is there as well. Smith. Carshalton's clean sheet is still intact for the moment. Reed's got to make it, and he does. Crunching challenge between him and Dawson. White brings the ball away. He's away from Shelley. Can he get a shot off? He pulls it across. A little bit of pinball, and Horsham survive. There's going to be a substitution for the away side, and it's going to be Alex Clark, who's been one of Horsham's leading lights this afternoon for my money to make way. Gary Charman is going to enter the fray. Here's Samuels, 20 yards out from goal. He has a poke! What a strike! Carshalton Samuels! That's going to take the wind out of Horsham's sails now. What a belter! 20-25 yards from goal. He's put it on a postage stamp into the top corner. Bentley had no chance. He's asking his defenders where the challenge was. It's set up nicely for the midfielder. It's his second goal of the season. Carshalton Athletic 3, Horsham 0. And for all the knocking on the door that Horsham have been doing since the second half started, it's now Carshalton that are 3 goals to the good. And it's a late entry into the goal of the season category as well, Carshalton Samuels. What a strike by Carshalton Samuels. He doesn't score that many, but when he does, typically they are thunderbolts, and that one was top corner, top draw. Quick throw, gets Corborough away. He's in behind Miles here. He's only got 2 to aim for, goes near post, and it's only half clear by Shelley. White's putting some pressure on. Oh, lovely bit of skill there by Mills to get the ball away. Good defending that. That's a poor clearance by Miles, and Carshalton can get the ball down, but then Hamilton Downs has given it away as well. Both captains not covering themselves in glory. Smith gone down under the close attentions of Reed. Free kick to the Hornets. Luke Reed went into the referee's notebook, so that's the first yellow card of the afternoon for Carshalton. 10 minutes plus any stoppage time here at Colston Avenue. Carshalton Athletic 3, Horsham 0, but Horsham have got free kick in a dangerous position. Harris does have a strike, he takes a deflection, but Pantreyu is behind it. Harris, the man that scored that free kick in the FA Cup game here last season when the Hornets ran out 1-0 winners. This time Pantreyu denies him. It's going to be Lee Dawson to make way. Jack Brivio, the man to come on. Well, the scorer of the best goal so far this afternoon, Carshalton Samuels, is going to make way for the player boss, Peter Adenyi.
Coming off is number 15, Carshalton Samuels.
Player boss gets his first touch of the ball, and he's put it straight out of play. Well, hardly covered himself in glory there. Carshalton looking to keep hold of the ball. They've not had long spells of possession since the start of the second half, really. Horsham have definitely been the brighter of the two sides since the break. But if you don't take your chances, sometimes it goes against you when Carshalton Samuels pops one in from 20 yards. Now White could take advantage here. He's gone down. Referee says nothing doing. Mills lunged in. He made the initial mistake. Corner kick comes in, headed away by, I think it was Reed. Denye looking to keep it in, and he has. Lewis White right on the touchline, gets it back to him, and now here's Price. Carshalton looking to break here. Lewis White, he's through, he's got 2 to aim for if he can find a square ball. It does, here's Corborough! And that certainly seals it for Carshalton Athletic on such a pivotal afternoon. A classic breakaway goal. And Ricky Corborough says to Christy Patterson, anything you can do, I can match. 14 goals for the 2 forwards now this season. And even the most ardent Robbins fan would have been hard pushed to pick this sort of result ahead of kick-off. And that's Corborough's last action of the afternoon. He's going to make way for Daniel Papo. Horsham still not giving up the ghost, they're coming forwards. There's a shot there, and the wall. Pantry was sprawling. It took a nick on its way through. Gary Charman, the man with the shot. Bobby Price has gone down, but Pantry must have got a little nick on it. Headed away to the near post by Price. And that's it, Carshalton Athletic register a very important win in their hunt for promotion from the Isthmian Premier League. 4-0 winners over Horsham this afternoon. Not many Carshalton fans would have been brave enough to predict that before kick-off, but 2 goals in each half. The first coming from Christy Patterson in only 2 minutes. Substitute Arnold Haxiu entering the fray and doubling that lead before half-time. Horsham came out after the break and made a real good fist of it. They were on top for 15-20 minutes, but couldn't find a way past Cletton Pertrieu and his defenders, only for Carshalton Samuels to go up the other end and power a 20-yard half volley into the top corner. I can't wait to see that one on Robin's TV again. Ricky Corbara wrapped it up 5 minutes from time with a simple finish after a classic breakaway, and Carshalton march on, and the gap between these two sides now was 2 points before kick-off. It's now 5, and we'll go and get some feedback from this one. I've been James Barrett-Sterling, and keep it Robin's TV.